Bobcats. I had this great question asked. You're supposed to be solving this system by graphing. This equation is straightforward. You have your slope, you have your y-intercept and your slope here. You can either solve by using the intercepts here, by plugging in 0 for y to find out what x is and 0 for x to figure out what y is. Or you can solve for y and then graph. The student who asked me the question solved for y and then tried to graph it, so I'm going to follow suit just to make sure that that's understood. Okay, so I'm going to subtract x from both sides. And then I get negative 2y is equal to negative x minus 6. Then I'll divide both sides by negative 2. So I get y is equal to 1/2 x, and it's positive. And negative 6 divided by negative 2 is a positive 3. Now, some people, when they solve this, they write x divided by 2, and that can be confusing because you're wondering what the slope is. So I prefer to write this as 1/2 because then the rise is 1, the run is 2. Okay? So now that both of these equations are in slope-intercept form, let's go ahead and graph it. Okay, one of the comments that's being shared is that you can only graph whole numbers in IXL, and that's fine. And let me show you why. For this first equation, your slope or your y-intercept is 5. So we're going to put a point at 5. And the slope is negative 1/2. So what we're going to do, since it's negative, is we're going to go down and to the right. So we go down 1, because that's the rise or fall, over 2, because that's the run. So there we go. We've got whole numbers here. You go down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2. And we're going to graph this line. My pen is kind of dying. I need to get a new blue one. All right, the next equation is this one right here. Your y-intercept is 3, and your slope is 1/2. So we go up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2. I can already see where those two lines are going to intersect. Now I only needed to use whole numbers there because I used the rise and the run of the slope. Okay. And then here we have it. Here's our point. This is x is 2 and y is 4. If you want to be sure that this solution is correct, just plug it back into both equations to make sure that they work. And if I just did that mentally, this would be negative 2 times 4 is negative 8, and that would be 2. 2 minus 8 is negative 6. Okay. And then here, if I plug this in, negative 1/2 times 2 is negative 1. Negative 1 plus a positive 5 is a positive 4. So we know we're good to go. All right, Bobcats, keep the questions coming and have a great day.